All right, Terry, start of the baseball season, all we talked about was the Indians' strength being their pitching. Great rotation, probably a strong bullpen, hopefully. So far, not so much.
Well, the bullpen's killing them.
Right.
And the last time I looked, they were ranked, I think, 13th in the American League in relief pitching. And it's primarily because Brian Shaw and Cody Allen have really, really struggled. Here's the tough thing for Terry Francona. Now, how have those guys been the last few years?
Right. If you read them over a long period, they're your best relievers. But I think you pointed this out before, maybe a little wear and tear on some of them, or is it the early season and inconsistent?
That's what they talk about, and that's a tough thing because you want to keep them in their slots, the 8th inning slot for Shaw, 9th inning for Allen. But every time they trash a game, it's one of those kind of rips your heart out games.
Right, right.
As bad as it is when a starter goes out and gives up 6 runs in the first 3 innings, it isn't like it's a tie game or you're up by 1 and he gives up those 2-run homers in the bottom of the ninth. And so is Shaw beginning to wear out? Relievers often do. Is Allen struggling, or is he going to be struggling with his confidence? Now and then closers hit that thing, or are they just having a bad month? Last year they had a bad April, and that was part of the reason they're 7-14.
Right. Now with the starters, we talked about the depth, and now obviously it'll get tested with the Carrasco injury and Cody Anderson struggling. And
right. That's the thing too. Cody Anderson struggling. Right. We don't know how Bauer's going to do as a starter.
Right.
We think you know, but we really don't know, and until we find out. So that's a key thing. I mean, with Carrasco, they're saying 4 to 6 weeks on his hamstring. Maybe yes, maybe longer.
Right. Hamstrings are tough.
And also, remember they said at first we thought it was torn off the bone.
Right.
And it's a different sport. But I remember Byron Scott telling me early in his career he had that, and basically he almost missed like 4 months. And he said, he never quite jumped the same after.
Right. Yeah. Guys just don't recover.
It's great that it wasn't that, but still, it's a major concern. So you go down to AAA, see how Mike Clevenger's pitching because they may need him fairly soon. And so all that's going to be tested. But I'll tell you, Mike, if they don't get this bullpen thing straightened out, it's going to mess up what could be a really good year.